And yeah, this is told in vignettes. I'd like to start with the epigraph. On this day, January 14th, 2001, the senior boys basketball team, after finishing 4th place at Fort Nelson, ran out of gas in the middle of a dead spot 52 kilometers from civilization, the thermometer reading -25 degrees Celsius, due to lack of responsibility and too much talk about issues not concerning gas consumption by Mr. Dave Shannon and Mr. Spencer Dyke. Signed, Steve Moser and team. Found on the ceiling to a Canadian Bluebird bus in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. Most of these are going to be about this one guy, Tom. I ask where he lives and he points to the sunset. All the way down, he says, can't miss it. Then you take a right, and there's a house on your left and a house on your right. You'll know mine when you see it. Except he's explained it to me twice now, and I still don't know where he lives. Tom, 63 and retired, is the only accredited full-time gringo in La Reforma. A Vietnam vet, a bike owner, a car owner, twice a homeowner. Tom owns a house here and a house in San Diego. He used to work for Lockheed something before it was Lockheed Martin. He used to own a wife. Flew her to San Diego after they got married, and a year later she was gone. Like that, he says. Like Tom's hand sailing down the runway of our paved road. Then there's a pause, and then he says, she got her visa. He likes eating at Gordo's, which is why he's on my street tonight. I'm not an expatriate, he says. He came to La Reforma for a wedding after Vietnam and fell in love with it. The town, the women, and promised he'd return. And did, and came to live. Now he's 63, cheating the U.S. government, saying he lives 6 months here, 6 months there, when really it's 9 months here, 3 months there. If that, he says. I see him riding his bike through town, head on a swivel. I diagnose him. He had one good night here, and came back looking for it. Tonight he brings his hamburger to my side of the street, sits down and says there aren't any pretty women anymore. Well, there was one. She was a prostitute. She was very pretty. Then Tom went to San Diego and came back, and she was pregnant. Not that I frequent prostitutes, he says. This is called Patricia is Queen. Patricia smuggles her cell phone into class, so I confiscate it. She was using it to take pictures of me at the board. This is my kindergarten, my 9 to 10 a.m. We sing the alphabet, review fruits, and practice using I like. Everyone has to like something before they can go to recess. At recess, I admit 2 children that were watching us through the barred window. I tell another to leave and come back at 11. Then Dulce, who talks too fast, who I can never understand, taps me on the shoulder. I ask her to repeat what she just said. Finally, I just say yes, okay. And we shake on it. And Dulce palms the cell phone off my desk and hands it back to Patricia.